What's up guys, CJ here, and welcome back to another all-new Hybrid Network trailer breakdown. This time taking a look at the first official trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's Glass, which premiered just moments ago in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. For those of you that don't know, Glass is the sequel to 2016's Split, the story of kidnapper Kevin Crumb, a man with multiple personality disorder and schizophrenia actually hiding a supernatural alter ego as well, which was itself secretly a sequel to 1999's Unbreakable, the story of another man, David Dunn, discovering that he has superpowers with the help of an ally, Mr. Glass, who of course turns out to be a supervillain and criminal mastermind. Those two worlds collide in what looks like an epic showdown in Glass, but there's actually more to this film than a straight-up beat-em-up, and for that, let's dive right into the breakdown. The trailer opens with Sarah Paulson's character, Dr. Ellie Staple, introducing herself to an unknown patient. She tells the patient that she's a psychiatrist specializing in something of a niche but growing field, people that believe they're superheroes. The camera then cuts and we see that her patient is actually three patients, David Dunn, Kevin Crumb, and Mr. Glass, all together in one room in the world's most exclusive group therapy session. How they wound up there remains to be seen. I mean, it's likely, given how bedraggled Mr. Glass looks, that he's been living in the facility since the events of Unbreakable. At the end of the film, of course, it tells us that he was committed to an insane asylum after the movie ended, and I guess we can assume this is the same asylum. But David and Kevin are a little more complicated. At the end of Split, we see that Kevin Crumb evades capture with these shadowy plans to change the world and rid it of people who had never suffered in their lives, and then at the very end of Split, we see David Dunn in a diner learning about Kevin on the news and seemingly deciding to hunt him down. In this trailer, we see that David bumps into someone on the street and sees that they have a group of cheerleaders chained up using his, semi-touch-based precognitive abilities. And if you freeze frame it, you see there that person is Kevin Crumb, and we later see, yes, in the trailer, he actually does have a group of cheerleaders chained up in an abandoned building. It's unclear if this is an intentional plan by Dunn to bump into Kevin or if it was an accident, but I would say it's more likely the former if Dunn was really hunting for Kevin since the events of Split. The synopsis for the movie tells us that David is hunting Kevin down and they clash in a series of escalating encounters, and it's entirely possible that these battles get way out of hand and that the two of them are eventually caught by the police and thrown in the asylum with Glass. There's actually some evidence for this in the trailer. We see Dunn fighting a group of policemen and shoving them into a shipping container, which he then locks, more or less, by bending a steel rod around the handle. So we know that he's being chased by the cops at some point, and later we see Kevin surrounded by the police in the rain, potentially about to be shot, before it looks like Dr. Staple actually intervenes. No matter how they end up in the asylum, we know they do, and that is where the fun starts. Glass, the mastermind, meets with the Beast, and the two actually decide to team up, potentially because Glass has arguably suffered physically as much as anyone on the planet, something that endears the Beast to people, while Dunn is literally unbreakable and therefore is kind of set up to be the Beast's mortal nemesis. What Glass and the Beast have planned is unclear, but it probably isn't good for the world, or David, in particular, but it looks like Dunn actually might have an ally in Dr. Staple. At one point we see her helping him kind of overcome his Achilles heel, his weakness against water. My big question after this trailer is how exactly Anya Taylor-Joy's character, Casey Cook, factors into all this. In Split, she was a captive of Kevin who seemed to have the ability to summon his original personality. It looks like she'll cross paths with him again, potentially at Dr. Staple's request in the asylum, and she does actually seem to be affecting him somehow. So I'm thinking that what we saw at the end of last movie is maybe her power. Maybe she can summon people's true personalities or something like that, but she definitely seems to have this, knack for breaking through to the actual Kevin. What's really interesting is that one of the scenes we see her in, she actually shares with Spencer Treat Clark, who plays Joseph Dunn, David Dunn's son, and actually he's reprising that role from the original movie, and Charlene Woodard, who plays Mr. Glass's mother, Mrs. Price. That's the only name she's given. Elijah Price is the real name of Mr. Glass. And we see all of them together, so it's very possible that they were brought to the asylum by Dr. Staple as some sort of therapy, some sort of treatment for these three, trying to break through to them or get to the bottom of why they think they have superpowers, and maybe that somehow is involved in things going wrong in Mr. Glass's plan. But let me know what you think in the comments section down below. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Glass? Me, this trailer puts me at basically a 10. I already know that I need to go back and rewatch Unbreakable and Split over and over again until January, so I am about as hype as I can get. That's going to do it for me here, though. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.